It's a Saturday. I have nothing planned for today, which means it's time to get some practice with my favorite champion in the game. But first, I'm going to get breakfast because I'm starving. On my way to the kitchen, Mom calls out to me. Are you late for lunch, Mikey? Lunch? Is it noon already? I checked the clock in the kitchen. It says it's just a few minutes past 10. Mom, there's like 2 hours until that. Unless you already have it prepared. I could see her sitting on the couch, casually reading a book. I can't see what it is from here. Is that so? I just assumed it would be past 12 by the time you finally woke up today. I roll my eyes and let out an exaggerated sigh. Come on, give me a break. It's like the middle of the summer. Mikey, just because you don't have to go to school, it doesn't mean you should be on the computer all the time. I'm not. I was on my way to get breakfast. And after that, I fold my arms across my chest. I sigh again, but it almost turns into a yawn. Let me guess. You stayed up late playing Land of Legends again? Land of Legends. No. Well, maybe. But you got the title wrong. Now she's the one giving me a sigh. Man, I almost regret coming out of my room. What are you having for breakfast? Not lunch, evidently. Do we have milk and cereal? I say that it is. I'm opening the fridge. Half of the second best breakfast is right there. I have just enough milk for baking, so don't use that. Why don't you try it with orange juice today? It's actually not bad. That's weird. Like is he gonna have to put the orange juice in the cereal bowl? Is that what she's talking about? That sounds weird. There's a big carton of OJ menacingly staring back at me from the middle shelf. I'd sooner put pineapple on my pizza than try that. My eyes catch a glimpse of plastic packaging. Are those? Found it. You're not eyeing those prepackaged pancakes, are you? Not anymore. They're already in my hands. This is the best breakfast. No, the best food in existence. Why don't you prepare yourself a normal meal? My pancakes take offense to that. There isn't any syrup as far as I can see. These poofy pieces of paradise are heavenly enough on their own. Disregarding Mom's nagging, I gobbled down on all of them. It was definitely worth coming out of my room. Filled with energy from the pancakes and my mug of coffee, I go back to my room and boot up my computer. God damn. Ah, yes, the menu music in the game always gets me excited at the start. Wait, I sense the disturbance in the song. It's the sound of an email notification. The little pop-up window tells me that it's from Natsuki. Oh. Hopefully she won't ask me to go anywhere, because I'm already in the mood to crush noobs. The email reads, Hey Mikey, it's Natsuki. I know this is a weird question, but do you have a spare whisk? That's a weird thing to ask over email, I think. I don't really exchange personal messages through email. Who does anymore? Remaining seated, I roll over to the door and open it to initiate the parent-child communication. Mom! There's no response. Maybe she's just upset because she noticed that I ate all the pancakes. Mom, do we have a spare whisk? Why, you ask? Do you finally want to help me with cooking? She asks the darndest questions sometimes. If I say no, she'll be upset. If I say yes, I'll make her upset again later. Well, do we have a spare one? No, but you can use the only one. I don't need it today. Okay. I swiftly shut the door. Me and cooking is an unlikely combination. With one motion, I glide back to the screen in my chair. My hands land perfectly on the keyboard and mouse. If anybody saw me, they would either congratulate me on how cool that was, or be weirded out by the stupidity, proud grin I have on my face at the moment. I replied to Natsuki, "We have one, but we're not using it today. Why do you ask?" I assume she won't respond anytime soon, if she will at all. So I just start playing a match. As if it's some divine intervention to stop me from playing, Natsuki's next email reaches me right before I actually joined the match. Sure, it's nice to have a girl messaging me, but could this be not another request for a favor, please? They always just say thanks and then they don't want to talk anymore. Her email reads, "It's not like I wanted to ask you specifically, it's just everybody else is busy or whatever, so can I borrow it?" Again, I go and ask Mom. She's not a fan of the idea, since she doesn't even know Natsuki. Ultimately, she said that she could come over and she might lend it to her. I forward the message. "I think you can, but you have to come over. Here's my address." Her reply quickly follows. Fine, but don't think it's a date or something. Now that's sorted out, I'm ready to plant some shrooms in this arena. Fucking jeez. Why aren't you helping me? I'm gonna report this scrub. Someone's knocking on my door. Bah, whatever. This team is useless. Can't even rely on them while I farm the jungle from gold. I get up from my chair and fling open the door. The hell? She's wearing a different outfit. Okay then. Weird. Hey. Whoa, is this a dream? I pinch myself to make sure I'm awake. Ouch. What the heck are you looking at? Guess I'm not dreaming. Sorry, I was just totally surprised that you came all the way to my room. Don't be so weird about it. Or don't be. Don't be so weird about it. Your mom told me to come and knock on your door. I don't know whether to thank her or be upset that she didn't even tell me Natsuki's here. It's fine, don't worry about it. I wasn't going to. So, can I have that whisk? I'll give it back tomorrow, I promise. Not sure about it. Mom didn't say for certain. Don't tell me I came here all the way just to leave empty-handed. Chill. Let's go and ask her before you bite my head off like a praying mantis or something. Jeez. Wouldn't that imply? Whatever. We head over to the living room and we ask Mom about the whisk. Would you mind talking for a minute, Natsuki? Sure. Natsuki takes a seat in Dad's recliner chair. Mikey, can you go and look for the whisk in the meanwhile? Do you know where I can find it? Just go and look for it. Jeez, talk about being unhelpful. It's proving to be difficult to find that whisk since I don't really use anything other than utensils, plates, and bowls from the cupboard. Man, we got way too much stuff in these cupboards. I don't even know what some of these are for. Like, here's this thing. It looks like a piece of metal with an axe head shaped part perpendicular to the rest of it. If I found it outside, I think it's something from the Iron Age. This is taking forever. Is that whisk even in the kitchen? Found it yet? Ugh, no. Seriously, I've been looking for so long and I'm beginning to think. I turn around to see Natsuki with her hand raised high. Why do you have it? Where'd you get that? Your mom. This is why Dad left. No, yours. She briefly laughs at my attempt at humor, but it seems like she's restraining herself. Is she just trying to make me feel bad about not being funny enough? Is she just pretending to laugh out of pity? Wouldn't be the first time either way. So I guess you got what you came for. Well, I did, but your mom said it would be fine if I stayed and made the cupcakes here. Oh. Would you like me to... Yeah, I guess. I could use a hand with the dirty work. Oh. I was about to ask if I should leave her do it on her own. I just wanted to play video games. Why are you looking at me like that? So you want me to help with baking? Well, it's not like I need you to help me. I just thought you wanted to. Huh. I see what's going on here. Alright, Natsuki, I'll help you. But only on one condition. Yeah? You give me something in return. I need you to suck my dick. Jeez, you already get some of the cupcakes. What else do you want? I didn't know you that. Ha, you dummy. You think I'd leave without giving you some of the cupcakes I made in your own kitchen? It's fun to mess with you, but I'm not that nasty. Alright, what's the first step, Chef Natsuki? Get me the flour. I don't know where that is. Oh boy. This is either going to be a lot of fun or torture. It can't be both? How? You know what? I don't want to know. It turned out to be fun after all. Even though she only asked the most basic things of me, I followed her instructions to the best of my abilities. My mother tried to show me how to make icing properly a few times, but seeing Natsuki do it with her frail figure makes it look like magic. Having finished with the beating, she dips her finger into the bowl and examines the icing. As if expecting a response from me, she looks over with pouty lips. You better not be thinking of licking it off my finger or something weird like that. You're the one who brought it up. Well, I wasn't. Or maybe I was. Wow. Unless... No. Okay. We place a tray full of raw cupcakes into the oven, as if on cue. Mom appears, offering her help. Mikey, don't you show why don't you show Natsuki around while the cupcakes are baking? Natsuki looks over at me, and I feel a hint of suspicion coming from her. I guess. Yo, Mikey, do you have any other manga? I do, but my room is kind of messy right now. Don't worry, it's probably not as bad as my father's room. I take it back. Well, that escalated quickly. Like, why is that coat hanger over there? For my school uniform? In the middle of the summer? Fair point. I take the clothes hanger with me to the closet where I keep all my manga stashed away. So where do you keep your manga? It's right here. In the closet? Are you hiding it from your parents? No, there's not much how much I need to hide, really. I read all these by now. I read all these by now, and I don't go out of my way to buy new ones anymore. So it kind of makes sense to keep them here. But why? Oh, but why don't you put them on your shelves? They must look better than all those boring books. Yeah, I guess. I just prefer to keep my room inconspicuous, whatever. Yeah, I get it. I'm trying to figure figure out which manga to show her first. Some of these are really cool, but I don't think I have anything that would be to her liking. Yeah, we don't have no fucking stupid Part 8 girls. Whatever, I'll just get the volume 1 of each. Then we can talk about their plots and go from there. No more than a minute passed while I was browsing my manga collection, and Natsuki's already eyeing my little figures. If it was somebody else, I'd be really embarrassed for leaving them out on my desk like that. I'm sure she'll be more understanding. Whoa, what are those? You don't know? Figures? No, dummy. What are they figures of? They are champions from a video game I often play. Most of them, at least. I already like this one. She shows me the most horrible creature out of the game. A skipping raccoon-looking creature with a green hat and tiny mushrooms below his feet. Okay. Looks cute, doesn't it? Yeah. I didn't think you'd have something like this lying around. Me neither. Then why'd you buy it? But if you saw what this little monster does to others in game, you'd probably change your mind. Then again, maybe you wouldn't. This one seems like a good match for you. She picks up a tiny rock golem figure and sticks it up to my face, and oversized log. Oh, the oversized log on his shoulder almost feels like a middle finger to mock me. I don't even like that one. Because it reminds you of how dense you are. No, it's because it's from a game I don't even play. My mom bought it one day without even asking me about it. The name of the game is literally printed in the damn box, so I don't get how she missed it. Jeez, at least you got something from your mom. I guess. Leaving the figures behind, we sit down on my bed. I laid out the volumes of manga beside me. We're just inches apart. Her face shows that she's fully engaged while looking at every one of them. The first one I show her has two extremely masculine guys staring down each other on the cover. One of them is blonde and the other has black hair. They're just inches apart. Back when I asked Mom to buy it, it looked really exciting. Now this cover is making me uncomfortable. It still looks exciting though. The next manga has a guy with black spiky hair featured on the cover. He's wearing bright orange clothes and his appearance suggests his power level is pretty high. Oh, Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z. Goku. Derp. Can I see that one? I reluctantly hand the manga to Natsuki. If I noticed it, I would have put it back before I embarrassed myself. It's just something I got when I was a little kid. She eyes down the cover more intently than any of the other ones. It shows a big-headed blue and white creature with a red collar. The entire thing screams it's for kids. She doesn't open it. Just keeps looking at the cover. Is something wrong? Almost as if taken out of a trance, she jerks her head to my direction. No, it's just... Whatever, just take it. She shoves the manga back in my hands. Natsuki, it's okay if you want to read it. We're not in school. Nobody will judge you for it. Thanks. I kind of wish we had somebody like you in the literature club. Really? Don't get any ideas, dummy. It's not like I like you or anything. What are the others like? They're nice, but I can't talk about manga with anyone. And the guys. Ugh. Let's not even talk about them. Okay. Then what about the girls? I imagine you don't get along with Yuri too well. Oh, no, it's not like that. We're actually really good friends. Maybe even best friends. It's just that she takes literature way too seriously, and analysis is everything. She's the kind of person who would try to come up with a metaphor even for freaking mint chocolate ice cream. If I didn't know her better, I think stuff like that is just a joke. And the others, well, Monica mostly just listens, and Sayori barely get herself to listen. I can see that happening. I'll be back in a few minutes. You can check out the rest of the manga in the meanwhile. This is kind of awkward. Maybe it's because of the coffee, but I awfully need to go to the bathroom. Before going back, I looked myself in the mirror. I know she said herself that this isn't a date, but I still want to impress Natsuki. Yes, I can do this. I can manage to be not creepy, cringy, or cranky. Even though I'd still like to play my game. With a wide smile on my face and giddy attitude, I walked back into my room. What the? Natsuki? Oh no. She's holding one of those manga in her hand. What the frick is this? She's holding up the volume to my face. The cover has a white-haired girl in teal clothes. She's holding a pen and notebook. The girl has a bothered look on her face. The hell? Natsuki, on the other hand, I knew it. You're a perv like the rest of them. What the hell? No, Natsuki, it's not like that. I don't... Yeah, then why does this manga have stuff like this? She furiously points her index finger at a panel with a girl in a very suggestive body position. Oh my god. You're taking it out of context. If you would read the... Natsuki's fist hit me in the stomach full force. I can't breathe. My vision is blurry. I was almost about to faint, but I finally get a bit of air into my lungs after what felt like minutes. The look on Natsuki's face was drastically changed from before. The manga is flat on the ground. Man, I almost have really messed up to somehow deserve this. Natsuki, I'm sorry. Shut up. I can't win, can I? I'm sorry. What? Natsuki apologizing? This is unprecedented. I gotta post this on Reddit. I just thought we could. Then this thing. I didn't want to hurt you, okay? No, I said shut up! Stop being so freaking sorry. I just want to be taken seriously and not treated like I'm some airheaded cutie. But I always end up hurting others. Don't worry, I'm not that hurt. Besides, it's just some stupid manga. No, I shouldn't be so judgmental. I even wrote a poem about this, and here I am, being judgmental about something I don't even understand. Yeah, people shouldn't just leave us to read our manga in peace. I wish Dad would understand that. Oh, this took a turn. The mood between us has drastically changed. Despite my lungs still hurting, I'm beginning to feel more concerned about the innocent-looking pink-haired girl in front of me. I wish I could just give her a hug to cheer her up. You can tell me if something's wrong, Natsuki. I won't judge you for anything. No. You would make fun of me, or worse, tell everybody about my messed up family. It's my problem and I should deal with it, like a grown-ass adult. That's what he always says, at least. Can't you talk to your mom about this? Oh, God. Her mom's dead, you jackass. Natsuki? Oh, she's crying. Oh my god, that's depressing. I wish. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong is that I have no idea who I can trust. I feel this. I feel this same way. You have no idea who you can trust. I get where this is coming from. I get it. Yuri doesn't want to talk about this. Granny just defends my dad, and my mom is... Natsuki, you're safe here. I swear on my life, nothing you say here will be shared with anyone else ever. She walks to my bed and sits down. Her eyes are locked on the ground, and she wipes her tears. If you ever tell this to anybody, I'll beat the crap out of you. Her defeated voice takes out all the bite from her threat. Still, I want to ease her concerns. I sit down next to her, making sure to leave a bit of gap between us. You can trust me, Natsuki. Always. We sit there in complete silence for a few minutes before she speaks up again. I was only 9 years old. I love the manga so much. I had a lot of merchandise and anime too. I prayed with manga by my side every night before bed, thanking her for the stories I've been given. Manga is love, I said. Manga is life. My dad heard me and called me stupid. I think my devotion to manga reminded him of Mom. I called him smelly. He slapped me and sent me to go to sleep. I was crying and my face hurt. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. I laid in bed and it was really cold. Suddenly, a feeling of warmth came over me. It was Mom. I felt so happy. She whispered into my ear, "Everything will be okay, Pumpkin." She grabbed me with her tender hands and lifted me up to my feet. I got ready to leave. I ran to our front door with my manga in my hands. It was very bright outside and I couldn't see Mom anymore. Oh my god. So I just ran and ran. I wanted to go with Mom. Then my dad walked in. I woke up. It's a dream. I looked out my open window and saw a faint shadow quickly move away and disappear. Mikey, I miss her so much. Oh. This is hurting my heart. Natsuki digs her face into her hands and sobs uncontrollably. I find it hard to hold in my own tears. I put my arm over her shoulder to try and comfort her. The only sound I hear is her faint sobbing. She has put down her hands and her eyes are locked on the ground. It's going to be okay. I'm here for you. Gently pulling on her shoulder, I close the distance between us and start to give her a hug. Before I can hug her, she stands up without a word. I expect her to be upset at me, but she just stands there without a word. She wipes her tears and her quiet, high-pitched voice replaces the silence. You should be happy that you still have your mom with you. Parfait Girls was the last thing. Her expression suddenly changes as if she realized something important. I forgot about the cupcakes. The cupcakes! Oh no. I hope they're not. And with that, Natsuki storms out of the room and into the kitchen. I follow her, but at a slower pace. I hear her moving things around as I'm approaching the kitchen. She stands up from the oven oven, she just closed and looks at me with a sly smile across her face. Come and check them out. After taking a few steps, I reached down and opened the oven. I don't see any cupcakes. Maybe they're in the back? I lean down. Nothing. I stand upright and give Natsuki a suspicious look. She's holding a cupcake in her hand. Where'd you get that? Your mom. At least I think it was her. The second batch is done as well. Okay. Thanks, Mom. I look over and my mom is standing by the entrance of the kitchen. She smiles faintly. After glancing at Natsuki, then back at Mom, I think I know what to say. Thank you, Mom. Anytime, sweetheart. She returns to the living room, and I return my gaze to Natsuki. Her smile is as bright as ever, maybe with a hint of bitterness. We packed up most of the cupcakes for tomorrow, leaving half a dozen for just the two of us. I have to admit, some of these summer-themed decorations drawn with icing were really creative. This girl has much more to offer than what people probably assume of her. After we cleaned the kitchen and neatly prepared the cupcakes for Natsuki to take home, we went back to my room. I booted up my computer again, but this time I let somebody else choose what to play. To my surprise, she chose a fighting game. She wasn't even terrible at it. Although the thing what she was doing is called cheesing for a reason. She looked over at the clock at my desk and her enjoyment seems to have all but disappeared. I have to go now. Is something wrong? She sighs before giving an answer. It's always the same. I'm just trying to be home by the time Dad arrives from work. Today he didn't go to work because he arrived in the morning. Lucky for me, he didn't try to pick a fight like he sometimes does. Pick a fight? Does he hurt you? Let's just go and I'll explain it to you on the way. I didn't plan on going anywhere today, but for her, I'm willing to make an exception. We agreed that it's fine if I just go to the nearest bus stop with her. So basically, he doesn't hit me or anything like that. Okay, there were a few exceptions over the years, but it's rare. Look, if you're feeling unsafe, I'll try to talk to my parents and what? Let me live in your house rent free for a year or so, all while we ignore the underlying issue with my family. That's an oddly specific way of phrasing it, but something like that, I guess. Mikey, my dad isn't some kind of sick bastard that molests me. Sure, he's an irresponsible drunkard. Drunkard? I never heard someone say drunkard before. But he does his best to provide for our family. Besides, he only hit me a few times, and I think I could have avoided those if I wasn't so stubborn. It's not like he goes out of his way to torture me for nonsensical reasons. Like me leaving the house without my hair tied up. The hell? Fine. Whatever happens. Yeah, I know. Thank you for today, Mikey. I'm sorry for hurting you earlier. I'll try to make it up for you for tomorrow. That's really sweet of you, Nat-chan. We just stand there staring into each other's eyes. Her lips are parted and her eyes tell me something new. Seemingly out of nowhere, the bus stops next to us. She hesitates for a few seconds, but she finally steps on board, whatever. As the bus is leaving, she waves at me. Her smile is sweeter than any cupcake I ever tasted.